another Generation 2 Plasticon review! Woo! Welcome back to another Plasticon review. Today we're going to cover more Generation 2. When I'm talking G2, I'm talking more Generation 2 Seekers. When I'm talking Seekers, I'm saying unreleased. Well, unreleased Seekers. Here we go with Generation 2 Thrust. Here is G2 Thrust in his aircraft mold. This is literally a VTOL. It's a vertical takeoff and landing aircraft, and it is really sleek. I've always absolutely loved the way this plane looked, and it's really interesting. It just kind of fits that whole Cobra vibe. I don't know if you guys get that, but I do. I get a Cobra vibe from this thing, totally. But the big thing I really like about the fact is this thing fits the Navy. It really does. It's like a Navy kind of digital pattern going on here, which is kind of something they came out with during the 90s. And it's just one of those things, because they started kind of going into that digital type of patterny stuff close to that time the Navy did. And it makes sense that this thing would be like almost a skyish blue and such. Taking a closer look at that pattern though, I mean, this pattern is just absolutely amazing. The colors are just really cool. It's like three different hues of blue. You got like a light blue with like a normal type of blue, and then like a really dark navy blue, which really pops, especially this cockpit. This cockpit being red just kind of sticks out a lot. And the thrusters all being black with like the little wee black accents here and there. It just literally screams, you know, Navy jet. It would make sense though, because you know, if this thing was sitting on an aircraft carrier, it would totally take off and then go, because you know that's what vertical takeoff vehicles tend to do. Much like the Cobra Rattler, I can see this guy kind of having like a little bit of pivot going on with his wings, because you know he has a transformer, so why not have a bit of a pivot here with the wings just like that, so that way he can get a little bit of thrust to go forward, because you know his name is Thrust, because you know that's kind of funny. But you know, just to be able to take off, I love this guy. This guy is so cool. He does happen to have his name right there. It says Thrust. Kind of hard to read on this one, but it's there. And it's kind of neat. I do like this thing a lot. It's a very awesome looking aircraft mode, and it just looks sharp. I mean, it just does. I'm pretty sure good old Cobra Commander here approves of the new addition to his little regime, because you know, why wouldn't he approve of this? I mean, come on, it's a vertical takeoff vehicle. It's much like his Cobra Rattlers, so why wouldn't he like this? Especially G2. This thing is, come on, you guys can't tell me this doesn't scream 90s. It just does. But anyway, this is based on a the unreleased color mold that was going to come out during that time, because there was a color scheme that was like this, and it was an unnamed variant. It really didn't even have a name. People call it Nautica. I don't think it's Nautica. I don't think that was actually going to be the name of it. Nobody really actually has full information on this. If they do, please correct me and put that down there at the bottom and give me, like, I don't know, documentation and such stating that this is where it actually came from, because I have actually looked it up online. It's hard to find the actual real source for this, but this is exactly what the color scheme will look like. And to be honest, you gotta think about this. If they're going to re-release all the Seekers, that's exactly how they would have done this. Anyway, let me get into talking about that in a little bit. Let's put him in a robot mode so that way you guys can see how that looks. And here's Thrust in his robot mode, and this thing looks absolutely fantastic. I love the fact that this right here, because it's all blue here, kind of reminds me of him wearing maybe like a life jacket, because you know he's naval, So why not? I mean, it's really just kind of makes sense that it would be like a Navy plane kind of thing. I do love this thing. This robot mode has just obviously always been awesome. I love how this looks. This is exactly what any Generation 2 fan would want, because I mean, this is just so cool. They like the way the colors kind of carry over to the back. It's just this thing really just, I don't know, it's just something about it. It's just striking the way it just looks. It's a very, very amazing cone head. But anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at the entire ensemble, and I'll give you my final thoughts. Here's all 6 of the Seekers together at last as an entire ensemble. Got good old Starscream and Ramjet just kind of chilling back there, because I've done reviews of those guys. You guys don't need to see those again. But these guys, this whole thing kind of comes together now. Because if you really, really look at it, everything here kind of just fits where it should be. Now, when it comes to these are just absolutely amazing. Now, I do know that there was a new version of this guy that was brought out just recently, the Sandstorm. Great, awesome toy. I prefer this one. And I wouldn't be surprised if they end up doing him sometime, because considering Blackout's information got leaked out about a year and a half ago. So, you know, there you go. Blackout, there's Sandstorm. Nautica, if you guys want to call it. And then Jungle Camo Starscream. Are you kidding me? It's Skywarp Thrust. Sorry, Skywarp, Thundercracker, Thrust, and Dirge. That's just all there is to it. It's those 4, always have been. That's how I see it. And to be honest, at the time, Hasbro still had the mold to these two, because there's no reason why they couldn't have done this. Now I know you guys were like, oh well, he's supposed to be in Ramjet's mold. He's supposed to be in Ramjet's mold. Guys, do you want 3 of the same plane? I mean, other than this? I think this is better. This is how I see it. I mean, just the 3 cone heads need to be the 3 cone heads. But that's just my thoughts. Anyhow, this has been Plasticon. This has been yet another Generation 2 review, and I'm glad you guys have enjoyed this, because this is a lot of awesome. So much awesome here. It's just insane. Like, this is G2 insane overload. I know you love your Decepticons. Well, here you go. This is what it looks like. Anyhow, this has been Plasticon. This is me, signing off. That's all I got for now. Peace out, y'all. Bye.